can't say I saw this coming. These past couple of weeks, not just this one game. I knew we were struggling, but we're in real deep right now. Before I say anything, I do want to say something to the Nebraska fans. You were playing a team at home who had just come off two straight losses in their own home place to unranked teams. So you beating us on the road was our third straight loss, and you still wanted to rush the court. What I would say is why. I mean, if we were undefeated or one of the top teams, then I'd understand, but we've been struggling of late, and then you knock us off, so you rush the court. I thought you'd have a little more respect for your own program. Usually save rushing the court for being a team that there was no chance of you thinking that you could beat them. But I guess since I go to a university where we don't do that, we don't rush the field or court or anything for anything. I guess, I don't know, different mindsets, whatever. But congratulations on the win, and the team definitely deserved to win. I don't know what it is. Well, I think I do know what it is, Texas. I talked about it. We don't have any kind of a field general right now, and we're not consistently knocking down shots from outside like we did last year. Dexter Pittman once again played well underneath. He gets in quick foul trouble, which doesn't help him. It's one of the reasons Barnes can't keep him on the floor as long as we want to. And the thing is, that's going to be deadly. If we could ever find a shot, which we had last year, and it's the same guys, which is what confuses me, we would be hard to beat. If you've got to sacrifice two, sometimes three guys to defend Dexter, the outside's open. But AJ, who's the number one guy I'm surprised at, who can't consistently hit his shot, where he's usually money. AJ Connor, who made one a 3-pointer today, which was insane since he's only made one in all conference. And then Damian, who usually has a consistent shot from outside as he did last year. I'd rather him rush to the basket, but he can shoot outside fine. Are not consistently making shots. And Nebraska did. Nebraska was patient. Nebraska knew what shot they wanted to get, and they were not going to take that shot until they got it. They would run the shot clock down to almost 9-8 seconds almost every possession, sometimes under 3. And they would get the shot they wanted, and they would make it. Now, we went into the half up by 7. We went to a smaller lineup. We were able to play a little bit more man, get in their face, and they weren't able to knock as many shots down. Second half, went to a bigger lineup, had to run pretty much a pure zone. They shot us out, knocked us out. And we didn't consistently score on offense. When you watch the Nebraska OU game, and I keep going back to Oklahoma because that's the best team in the conference right now, you watch what they did when Nebraska played Oklahoma. Nebraska hung with Oklahoma. Their shots fell. So how did Oklahoma beat them? Well, one, they forced turnovers, which we didn't seem to do tonight. We turned the ball over quite a bit more, which is very weird for us since last year we did a lot better on that. And they made their shots. I mean, it's basketball. It's not rocket science. So we've got Oklahoma State coming in to Austin on Tuesday, and Oklahoma State is not a scrub team. Oklahoma State is a team that could possibly beat us for a 4th time in a row. Do I think we will lose for a 4th time? No, I don't. And can I tell you why? I don't. I can't tell you why, other than that we're at home, though we've lost 2 games at home in a row. Right now, as Texas fans and what this team has to look forward to is hoping that something clicks, hoping that the team clicks at some point. I mean, it's almost too late now. You're at the middle of conference play, and you don't know what you want to do as a team. I couldn't tell you what we are, and I've said this before, and it's like I'm repeating myself, but it's the 3rd straight loss. So I mean, same things happening over and over again. So right now, I mean, if we continue this trend, we'll be lucky to get the NIT. We need to win some games, and I mean, as a fan and as other people, then we take wins for granted. Last year, this game would have been a no-brainer. Texas would win. The only games you had to worry about were, Texas A&M on the road, Kansas, and we got upset. Texas Tech upset us, but this is 3 straight weeks in a row. I don't even know if you can call these upsets anymore. when you get beat consistently. It's not an upset. It's expected. We've given 3 teams in a row their biggest win of the season. So, Christmas is over, guys. We need to stop giving out these gifts away. But the other teams are taking it. Nebraska took it to tonight or this afternoon, and I don't know what the problem is. Now, I will say, as a fan of the team and as a guy who watches them consistently, I do think this team can still get it together. I mean, I've seen these guys, but the reason I say that is not just because I'm wearing burnt orange and I go to the university, because I've seen what these guys have done. It's pretty much the same group as it was last year, so I know what these guys are capable of, but I don't know what it takes to find that. One guy can make a difference, and I got a lot of comments from Kansas State people saying that, hey, no, that you can't that I was trying to make excuses that since DJ was there, not as good. This is not an excuse. This is what happens every year in college. You got to adjust. But I'm trying to point out a reason for why we could have been better. And Kansas State people try to say, well, they lost Michael Beasley, who was the best player last year, and one of the leading scorers on the team and everything. That's not the same thing as losing DJ, and here's why. Just like when we lost Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant and Michael Beasley have a lot in common. Players of the year. I don't know if Beasley was the player of the year, but Durant was. And leading scorer, dominant player on the team, and everything. But not the point guard. Losing your point guard is like you losing your quarterback. Losing KD or Beasley is like losing a really good running back or a really flashy wide receiver. You're not going to be as dominant, but if you've got your quarterback, you still got your head, you still got your brain. If Texas this coming season of football did not have Colt McCoy, we have 7 returning starters on the offense. No, nine returning starters on offense. So pretty much everyone on the offense knows what's going to go on. But if we didn't have Colt McCoy coming back, I would be very worried because the leader, is what keeps things going, what keeps things running. DJ was our head. DJ was our leader. And we don't have him, and right now no one has stepped up to take that void. I'm not saying no one's tried. I think these guys have tried. But these guys are, because we don't have that solid point guard, guys are having to get away from what they're best at, which, we look at AJ, who's the guy everyone looks to. AJ, as I've said before, is good at coming off the screens and have a good passer getting the ball. Now he's having to create his shot more, which he's never been a good guy, a good player at. Okay? Damian, I don't know what the deal is, but Dexter is really the only one who's really been consistent. But if you just have one guy, especially just one post man, doing it who doesn't play as often because he gets in foul trouble, it's not going to work. So that's my take on Texas right now in basketball. I don't know if they will turn around. I'm hopeful they will, but we'll have to see how it plays out. So Oklahoma State on Tuesday, and we're falling behind in the poll. We won't be ranked Monday, which we shouldn't. And if we are ranked, it'll be a travesty. You don't lose 3 straight games to unranked teams and stay in the top 25. So look for Texas to be unranked for the first time in a long time, and gonna have to do some work to get back in that. So, see you guys next time. Hook 'em horns.